Hey everybody, welcome to the Book Nook. Today we are going to talk about the book Siren Queen by Nghi Vo. This book is about old school Hollywood. It is dark and strange and mysterious. A look into Hollywood back in the day, but from a different, almost magical perspective. So the story centers around Luli Wei. And I was a little confused when I first started reading this book because in the beginning it starts out when the two girls, the Wei sisters, are very young, and Luli Wei is not in any way, shape, or form interested in being an actor or actress. And so I was a bit confused when I had read the synopsis of it because it's all about how that's basically all she wanted, but it gets explained as you get further into the book. I'm not going to say how, but if you started reading it and you experienced that same confusion that I did, just hang in a little bit and you'll get to it and you'll understand. This book was recommended by Kristen Crave's Books. It was right in my wheelhouse. Like, I love books that are weird and somewhat different, and this was a very different and strange. You know, it was magical, but it was also very dark. The glimpses of light from the silver screen that echo through the film the film studios is fantastic, and the characters that you meet as you go along and explore this cinematic world where basically the studios and the bigwigs, they basically want to own your soul, or just pieces of you. Literal pieces of you. They want to own your face. They want to own your feet if you're a dancer. Like, it's really weird. And the stuff that people give up and give into when they go into this career of Hollywood and this just weird, dark underbelly. It's in a time where magic is it's a thing. Luli Wei comes from a family where her family had a history of being like apothecaries and sorcerers and dabbled in magic, and people sell immortality and give up parts of their lives or give up years of their lives. When the two Wei sisters were younger, the one sister would give the ticket lady, since they didn't have any money, would give her an inch of her hair, which was like a month of her life. And I don't know if at that time she really realized what she was doing, but the whole theme of it is like what you give away to have this career, to be up on the big screen and to be a big star in Hollywood, and how people give away pieces of themselves. And it was really weird, but it was also very good. And just seeing how Luli fought that to not like give away her whole self so that she wouldn't be so indebted. Like, some of these people, they just make them disappear. And in the book too, they mention the Wild Hunt. And if you're not familiar with the Wild Hunt, what that is, it's I think it stems from like Norse mythology, something in that vein, because I think like the leader of the Wild Hunt was always Odin. The hunt is these like spectral huntsmen, or these spectral wraiths. They desire a sacrifice. At least in this book, they desire a sacrifice every year. And the guys who run the studios aren't quite human, because they're either maybe monsters or have given up their souls, or something has taken them over. And it's just, it was really freaking good. I hope I'm explaining it okay. I'm like trying to do it without giving away too much, which is what you don't want to do, because if you give away too much, who knows, you might be dead inside, or whatever happens to these people who mysteriously disappear and are never heard from again. And then it talks about some of the loves in Luli's life, the women that she loved, and just there's some pretty hot scenes too, I must say. So you have this fantastic world of film inspiration and these dark underlying themes and monsters and what's real and what's not real. How it all kind of just like flickers in between the reality and unreality of it all. What's real, what's not real. Maybe what isn't real is actually real in this world. So this was the last book that I decided to read for Asian Readathon, because I wanted to cram one more in. one more. What a freaking read it was. I thought this book was absolutely fantastic. I gave it 4 stars. It had thrills, chills, romance, and just, it was very different, and I loved that about it. It was weird. I love weird, and especially when it's done well. It was a good way to wrap up my reading for Asian Readathon. And so I want to go through too the challenge prompts that they had for Asian Readathon, where the first prompt was read a book by an Asian author. Did that. Read a book featuring an Asian character who is a woman and or older. The book The Fervor by Elma Katsu had a older woman in that. I mean, she had a child that was quite a bit older, so she had to be up there. I mean, she wasn't old, but old enough. I count it. Third prompt was read a book by an Asian author that has a universe you would want to experience or a universe that was totally different from yours. The books I read, some of them were kind of scary, and I don't think I would want to experience those, especially with the spiders and the fervor. But they were definitely different from mine. Another was read a book by an Asian author that has a cover worthy of googly eyes, because that's the theme this year. And The Fervor, I thought that cover was beautiful. Actually, I will put it up here and you will see it. The colors just were stunning, and just the girl on the cover was very beautiful. And then this woman's face. This is also, put some googly eyes here. Well, don't cover up her eyes because they're really freaking pretty. Whoever's face this is freaking beautiful. Bananas. And the last one was read a book by an Asian author that has a high rating or was highly recommended. And let's bring this book back out. Siren Queen. This was highly recommended by Kristen Graves Books. And she wasn't wrong. It's awesome. So Siren Queen is fantastic. If you're looking for something that's a little bit different, that is a little on the darker side, but not like, it's not horrific, so it's not going to keep you up at night, but it will keep you wanting to come back and read it and finish it because it was so good. So thank you everyone so much for joining me today in the Book Nook as we talked about Siren Queen by Nghi Vo. So until next time, we'll see you later. Time to dance around the sin, and then we go away. Hey, bye!